Yep. Okay. All right. So as we wrap this episode up, do you guys have a discussion about starting to make a family now? Like, at what point does Takara start coming into the picture? Was it planned or?
It was planned for me.
Oh,
It wasn't planned for me.
okay. So we.
I mean, we had talked about having children, but we hadn't really set up a designated time frame where we would.
We don't see that the same way.
So let me
We still
ask this.
argue
Now,
about that, so
I'm
it's
ignorant
fine.
to this. If it's offensive, you don't have to answer. But we're very cool in our family. We say what we want to say. So, were you guys doing preventative measures so you didn't have kids?
I was taking contraceptive.
Okay, all right.
On the pill, and I was having some side effects from it. So I said, well, I'm just gonna stop taking the pill.
Okay.
And but then I didn't have a backup plan.
So did you tell him you were going to stop taking it?
Yeah, did you tell him?
Uh-oh. Here we go.
No, I guess I didn't.
No, I guess I didn't.
No, I guess I didn't.
And that's why it caused a big argument, because we never even had a discussion about it. She told me she just wanted to have a child. And so you have to remember now, because this ties in, and I think people need to understand, I've counted recently, I think I was either laid off or fired from my first 4 jobs. So my first job out of college that you've heard stories about before, the one I quit and got fired from, then here she is, I'm at another job and way out in the northern suburbs, and I thought we just had an agreement, let's try to get our money together before we would start having kids. And the next thing I know,
But we didn't have that discussion.
yeah, because you didn't say, yes we did. We said that we didn't start off the marriage that we weren't having kids, that we talk about it. And plus, if we were going to just have kids, it would just been simple to say, I'm coming off the contraceptives now. But she didn't do that because she knew I wouldn't agree.
I was having
All right,
problems.
I'm going to leave it alone.
I told you I was having problems with
Yeah,
it,
all
but
Well, there are other
You didn't
methods.
really
There are
face-
other methods. So
there was other methods you could use.
and I would have used them too, if that was going to be the result. Back
Oh,
at, you have to remember now, Takara was born when I was 25. That's where I am age-wise now.
Uh-huh. So everybody you see, they're normal human beings, just like
right.
everybody else. So, but either way, no matter how you two see it, right or wrong, we get the blessing of Takara. So I want us to, if we could fast forward you guys together. I know you still haven't accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior.
No, but I can't fast forward right there. I think it's important to share this. So when Takara was born, I was just so excited. My whole attitude changed.
Good. That's where I was going. Good. Go ahead.
And Stevie Wonder's song was out called "Isn't She Lovely?" And I've always connected. It came out in the same year she was born.
Yeah.
And I even had friends come over, put together the crib, or whatever you want to call it. And the day after she was born, I went back to work, and I got laid off that day. It's an absolute true story. And I can still see myself going to this medical place I worked at, and people were coming out with little boxes. I'm like, what's going on? And 15 minutes later, I was coming out with a little box because they had a huge layoff. And
The day after she's born.
And so then I wasn't saved. Looking at me, I'm 25.
And I'm in the hospital.
And she's in the hospital because she could tell her own story about that horrible thing where I left to get some food. I don't know if it's essential, and she was screaming. But I'm like, I don't need to tell her. So my brother came over and...
Wait. You said you don't need to tell her you got laid off?
Yeah, at that point.
Was the thinking because she had just had a baby?
Right, and
Okay.
she was
That's
still... I said, I
understandable.
don't want to put that other pressure on her, but I had to tell somebody. So I told my brother, PD, we call him, PD, Ernest. He told my mother.
Oh, you shouldn't do
And
that.
my mother then called Brenda and said, why didn't she tell her? All right.
I'm in the hospital, and I get the phone call, and she calls me saying, Bram, why you didn't tell me Junior lost his job?
There's Junior.
And I'm like, what? And she got silent.
And you in the hospital?
I'm in the hospital.
Why was she calling?
That's your grandma.
I got silent. I said, what? And at that point, she knew I didn't know.
Okay.